That's right, Helix Sleep. And you know what, Jim? And I'm sure this will sound completely natural. I believe you said you had another email earlier that we would be
Yes, I
following up
did.
on, if I recall correctly.
Yes, well, if you recall correct, if memory serves me, Kobayashi. Did you ever watch Iron Chef, the original one, not the white
Years
people
ago.
that screwed it all up? Yeah, it was very thrilling.
I was more of a frugal gourmet kind of guy.
Well, the problem with those frugals is since they became environmentally protected, you can't kill them and sell them as cheap as you used to. Anyway, I got an email from Erica, who not only brings up some information that we were grasping for and didn't have, but also, again, puts an end to the rumor that we have no female listeners. And Erica was mentioning, well, she says, hi, Jim and Brian, and she didn't even put you in parentheses. So you're stepping up in the world. I was listening to the experience while baking Christmas treats and heard Brian mention a cult he couldn't think of the name of. Remember, I don't even know what brought it up, but you were talking about a few weeks ago on the program, well, before our Christmas break, you were talking about some cult or other.
Well,
The
you
cult.
said something that triggered me asking if you remembered about Hale-Bopp or Haley-Bop. I forget exactly what it is. I mean, it's been a
Okay,
while.
okay. I think
Yeah.
by the Hanson brothers is what I was thinking of, but you got
Oh.
the
Or Haley
Hale-Bopp.
Mills. Or Haley Mills. I'm not sure. One or the other.
Haley Mill, possibly. John Mills was a heck of an actor in his time, also. But the cult that he was thinking of is Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate is the cult, not Hale-Bopp. But hold on, we're going to get some details here.
When you hear Heaven's Gate, do you think of the cult or the movie?
Well, actually, they probably spent more money on the movie.
Oh, I'm sure they
But-
did. I guarantee you they spent more money on that movie.
But the cult story may be a little bit more gripping. And probably if they'd have made a Heaven's Gate movie about the Heaven's Gate cult, they'd have made their money back. Listen to this now. This is the story of the cult. Marshall Applewhite believed that he was one of the entities known as the Watcher mentioned in the Bible. I thought he was mentioned in the Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four comics. But Marshall
Why did he
Applewhite.
believe this? What made him just all of a sudden think, hey, they're talking about me in this book?
Well, we don't have that much information now. I assume people can Google to get deeper, but we're going to take Marshall at his word that he's one of the entities known as the Watcher mentioned in the Bible, and that the Watchers were actually aliens, and that Marshall and his female partner were immortal. But when she died, he had to adjust his doctrine. So then,
Yeah, I guess so. I guess if your whole doctrine is we're immortal and then one of you dies, shit.
well, no, see now we're kicking this son of a bitch up a notch now, Brian. Now we're getting to the next level. Level up. See, that was just for the mortal plane. He then said that to ascend to a different consciousness, and you had to jump some barrels and climb up a ladder. No. To ascend to a different consciousness, followers had to be asexual and follow a simplistic lifestyle.
Oh shit. I just realized there are members of the wrestling media that are part of this fucking cult.
Well, and this may be a problem that we're going to see some more signs here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you detect some simpletons that are asexual, they could be a member of the wrestling media. But the simplistic lifestyle apparently included even convincing several of his male followers.
That Tony Khan could book. Oh.
I don't think he could have convinced them of that. I mean, we can't get that can't be completely preposterous here. But he did convince several of his male followers to go down to Mexico and get castrated with him.
Oh.
Hey guys, come on, let's go down to Cancun. We'll have some laughs, a couple of drinks on the beach, and I know this doctor.
How do you start that conversation?
Well, this revelation that he had about him and the boys needing to go down and lose the boys down in Mexico, It came after Applewhite had gotten in hot water over homosexual activity that his followers apparently found out about.
So he got in hot water with his followers over the alleged homosexual activity?
First he was saying that you only had to have sex with the female because he had a female and they were immortal. But when the female died, then you weren't supposed to have sex with anybody. But then they found out he was having sex with a guy. And he said, "Oh, no, we got to go.
Yeah, but that
gotta cut this shit right off at the root."
How did it become we? I can understand, okay, in your crazy eyes, cult members, I've done wrong. So I will cut off my cock and balls to show you my commitment. How did it turn into, and these guys are coming with me?
Well, because if he can't have them, nobody should. See? And then here's where Hale-Bopp comes in. When the Hale-Bopp Comet came, Applewhite told his followers that their fallen leader, who he called Ty, T-I, Ty, was driving the Comet. I thought he's the one that invented Beanie Babies. Maybe both the same. But Ty was driving the Comet. And to get on board to go to paradise, they had to shed their mortal form. So that's where the big suicide thing is. This guy got people to cut off their nuts and kill themselves by claiming that he was an immortal alien that had to kill himself to not die.
And someone heard that and said, yeah, that's reasonable. I'll follow him.
Well, there are, Erica concludes, there are still a small number of devotees to the Heaven's Gate philosophy, and the website was still up and running as of a couple of years ago.
Due to trademark issues, they can't call themselves Heaven's Gate. They're just the cockless.
Right here. Some people...
You know, and guys like that ruin it for the other aliens here on this planet trying to save civilization.
Well, you know, but the thing is, the aliens ruined it for themselves but their thumb and their forefinger is webbed, and every time you kill them, they fucking disintegrate into a red light and disappear.
Do you think there are aliens?
Well, yes. I mean, for example, look at the fucking... You can't tell me that the human race got this ignorant and this hateful and this spiteful and this antisocial and all the other qualities that it has without some type of interference from greater powers from above. Normal human beings would have figured out how to live together peacefully by now with all the advancements we've made. No, I definitely believe that there is some alien power dumbing down the population. And the center is probably Springfield, Missouri, because it radiates through the United States first.
All right, this is a new theory we have not heard before.
Well, it's something I'm following closely on Facebook. There's a lot of people talking about it on Facebook. I'll let you know more about it as soon as, you can't trust the real news outlets. You have to go to the source where the people are talking freely.